Hey, good morning, Bobby D.
Good morning, Sam C. How are you?
I'm just fine. We are 1 week, well, actually less than 1 week away from Thanksgiving. So I am thrilled. I'm going to get my grub on. You're going to get your grub on. The family's going to get their grub on. We're just excited.
I'm not really going to get my grub on. I'll probably be sick of the food by the time it's done. Just want to let you know.
Sorry, dude. Hey, I'm excited though.
I know you.
You know, this is one of my favorite holidays.
I know it is. I know. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the CCI radio show coming to you live this Saturday, November 20th, 2021. And we have been globally connected since 2012.
That's a long time now. That's a long time.
Exactly. And
so we've got a bit of an anniversary coming then.
Yeah, you know what?
CCI.
Yeah, you know what? I'm excited about that, but we're not going to really get into that until later.
Exactly.
But the next few weeks, we got something really big planned for y'all. And for us. So make sure you stay tuned for that. We got a special guest standing by. He just popped in the backstage area. So we'll be bringing him in momentarily.
Yeah.
Can't wait for y'all to meet him.
Yes,
as well. And again, for those of you watching live on our YouTube channel, thank you so much. If this is your first time, welcome aboard. And we do have a Cash App.
We do.
All about that money, all about that cheddar. I always like to say that. It's Pandemic Press Media is the Cash App.
Sounds good to me. We're also on all social media platforms, pretty much. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
TikTok, your favorite.
Yes, of course, because, you know, I'm always doing all those TikTok videos, right?
Yeah, right. We got to try some of those.
Okay, we'll try.
Oh, okay.
Not today, though. Not today. Not today.
Not today. Okay. Some other time we'll do that. Though.
Absolutely. But we do want to thank our networking partners.
Absolutely. Pandemic Press Publishing.
Tea Time with Teresa Griffin.
Chaz Wins.
Breeze Blings.
Block 24.
Clack and Shimmy.
In My Element with Neela.
Vets Chat and Laughter Lounge.
World of May.
Char's Adult Conversations.
Debbie and Terry Says It's Fine.
Follow all of these great organizations and shows on social media.
Yep, absolutely. And if you are looking to advertise your business, look no further than Pandemic Press Media and the CCI radio show. You can have your ad run right here on the spot, on the show. All you have to do is email us at pandemicpm@gmail.com for more details.
And a shout out to Terry Lee. It's her birthday tomorrow. So
happy birthday, sis. Happy early birthday.
That's right. Absolutely.
Well, it is nice and sunny here. Well, the temperature is warming up.
That's true.
You know, it's now we are in the fall winter stage.
Yes, we are.
But the sun is shining.
Yes.
And we are happy because we have a special guest that we're about to bring on in just a matter of moments. We first discovered this gentleman on an episode of In My Element with Neela.
That's right. That's right. And let me tell you, he is amazing. He's got some wonderful music.
Yes.
That you need to hear and you need to follow him. But you know what? We're going to have him come on and tell you all about that. But oh my goodness, when you hear this brother right here, I'm telling you, it's all that. It is all that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When we heard his current hit, "Amacha Baby," you know,
oh my gosh,
we had a chance to play that on Gospel Excellence.
Yes,
a few weeks ago, and yeah, we had a lot of good feedback off of that.
Yeah, we really did. Absolutely.
And then we had a chance to see the video.
Yes, yes.
You know, you're out of your seat dancing.
That's right. That's right.
Trying to do the dance.
That's right. Exactly. I'm trying. Didn't quite get it, but I'm trying.
Hey, hey, I was trying to, but you did better than me. Well, let's go ahead and bring our special guest in right now. His name is FEGS. Everybody, welcome FEGS to the CCI radio show.
Hey, good morning, family.
Hello, Brother FEGS. How you doing?
How's it going?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. You know, when I'm with America, I like to put on my American accent, if you don't mind. Hey, y'all, y'all like? Y'all like?
That's pretty good now.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
It really is
Yeah,
good.
thank you.
Uh,
Thank
so,
you.
my
Thank
brother,
you so much for having me. It's an honor, and I didn't know you guys liked it that much. Like you were
yeah.
trying to practice the dance. I know we were.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Bobby D did a little bit better than me, so I just sat there and watched
Yeah,
her.
yeah. Like it was so funny because I had to teach them the dance on the day as well. So it's okay. You will get it in the end. It's just a little 1, 2, 1, 2.
Ah,
She got it. She got it.
yeah, she got it. So, so
Yeah,
where did you come up with that dance? That's a
Do
pretty
you know
cool.
what's crazy? You know what's crazy? Yeah. I came up with that dance a year ago with my team because the pandemic had hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like we were out of boredom. Like I was just dancing, messing around. I was bored, and then so we were making an instrumental for doing my dance, and then I was like, you know what? Like TikTok was the in thing. So I was like, why don't we come up with something for TikTok and just to get people dancing and then so yeah, literally we were doing this before, and then you see one thing about my team, they're just blunt. They're gonna if they don't like it, they're like no. So I was like, oh, yeah. So I was like, let's try this. They're like no. I was like, okay, no problem. So I was just messing about, and then one of my team members said, oh, maybe you need to move your shoulders a bit, and I was like, and then here we are a year later. I showed them the dance again because sometimes my team's a bit hard headed, so I have to say it twice. So I brought it back to them, and I'm showing them, yeah, look. Then they're like, okay. Then I'm like, yeah, now we can do it. And then suddenly, and you see a few of my team members in the video, and then you see them, everyone's just like, and yeah, that's it, really, that's how we came up with it, and I was surprised, by the feedback because because I started in 2016, and I started on SoundCloud, and then but obviously I just graduated from university in 2019, so yes, thank you so much. In 2019, so from the period of like 2018, I've been inconsistent, so we're only back now. So I wasn't expecting everybody to be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a little baby." I didn't know everyone was waiting, and so nice to see. You guys enjoyed it too. I think Neela as well. She was going crazy about it.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
We were really intrigued when we saw you on In My Element. We just knew, we had to get you on at some point, especially that song. It's kind of, is it like hip hop inspirational, or what style is the song?
Do you know what's so crazy? Yeah, I think this new generation, it's like, it's hard to just put like, because in 2018, I was on this Christian platform called Rapzilla, and they were saying they can't put me in a bracket. So I feel like the reason why we can't really put in a bracket is because it's like it's hip hop, it's soca, it's Afro beats, it's like so much mixed up into one. It's like it's a whole new concoction. So it's like, what do we call it? It's like it's like because 1 minute you're like, no, this is Afro beats. Then you hear steel pans, you're like, wait, this is calypso, this is soca.
Exactly.
But then you hear the hip hop element. He's rapping. So for now, my manager just told me, let the people come up with the name. So I just simply say it's gospel, but you want to call it hip hop, you want to call it soca, it's up to you. We don't know the name. We're just making the music. Yeah,
I like that because it's too bad we can't figure out a word to mix all of the different like come up with one word to mix all of the.
hopefully, but for now we can just call it, all-purpose seasoning, because it's a bit of, all the seasoning is in there.
A little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah. And it's so much fun too. Like it's fun, uplifting, gospel, calypso. I don't know. I just have a good time with it.
That's what we were going for, because we just came out of the lockdown, so it's like people don't want to hear, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. People want to be happy. We've been indoors for so long, so I was like, you know what? Get everybody dancing, because I produced the instrumental as well for the song. So I remember I said I'm gonna add steel pans just to get everybody moving, because when you hear steel pans, you're just ready. You're just ready to dance. And so, you know, I threw in some steel pans, and then yeah, man, you know, for like honestly speaking, I'm surprised because I remember saying that I told my manager like I feel like Nigeria might like this because I said Omalicha baby, and obviously in Igbo in Nigeria that means beautiful, so it's like beautiful baby. So, but
Oh,
then suddenly the Caribbeans were just going crazy, like everyone's dancing, telling me this is so cool. Oh my, like
yes.
so many Caribbean people just like they've accepted me. They even telling me I'm not Nigerian. They've claimed me already in the Caribbean. So, but at the end of the day, the song's for everybody. I guess you know that's one thing about music. Music knows no color, doesn't know no age, doesn't know anybody's name. Like you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's so universal. It
It
brings
is.
everyone.
I'm telling you, yeah.
It does.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, again, that we can't stop talking about that video. I mean, you know,
So
from beginning to end.
So
and,
much fun.
I mean, did it take a long time to do that video?
It took 2 days, you know, 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days, yeah. Because we had it planned, yeah.
Quick.
It was 2 days. I'm telling you, because over here it was summertime, so the sun was blazing, so we just had to just quickly. Everyone ran out. I was telling my videographer, "Come outside this time," because you know with these things, you don't know when in London, especially, the weather's always changing, so you don't know when when it's gonna like when the sun's coming out again. So I got everybody out, and then apparently it was the hottest day in London as well. So I just have to thank God, yeah, that we did it. So we did it on a Friday and a Saturday, and we just had fun. Everyone just had a great time. And bearing in mind as well, everybody there, apart from my team members, because there was like, I think just one of my team members was in the video, but everyone else didn't hear the song. Like, it's their first time hearing it. So everybody's dancing. When you see them dancing, it's because they're actually feeling the vibe. Like, they haven't heard it. It was their first time hearing it.
Oh, that is wonderful. Because you can tell that everybody is like they're really having a good time. And that's really a nice, well, that's actually kind of cool to know that they never heard the song before. So then in the moment,
heard it on the day. They literally heard it on the day, and then after a while, because it kept being played on the speakers, and then they picked it up, and that's why you see them. Some of them are saying the lyrics at some point. Some of them are just going crazy. It's like, that's the vibe, man.
I love it. Oh my goodness. So much fun. Like I felt like I was there with you, trying to.
You were right. It's like insert Bobby D in video.
I was like picking out places where I should be. I'm like, okay, I think I should. I would be right up in there. Okay.
I hear you. It was, I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it because like music is so powerful. Like you wouldn't believe that this was all written during the lockdown whilst everything was crazy, and that's why it's like. The Bible says something interesting. Like, I'm not here to preach it. Y'all, I ain't finna have church right now.
All right, go ahead if you need.
I just thought I'd just drop a few bombs, and but the Bible says that basically, as a man thinks, so is he. The mind is so powerful that whilst lockdown was happening, I was just still visualizing people being happy, people celebrating, and you can really see it, like you said in the video, everyone was just having a great time, and even afterwards, everyone was telling me how they had such a great time, and that's what it's all about, because life is short, so we might as well just live it to the full, man. So I'm about, man, good vibes and positivity, really.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, well, that's a very good start.
Looks like we got some comments
there. And we got a comment from the homie Chaz Wins. He says, peace and blessings, family. Congratulations to FEGS, asking if we can reference the video so he can share it. He says, you guys are so dope. But then it looks like there was an answer right after that.
Oh, right.
Yes. Oh, wow. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So it says, Amanta Baby can be found on our channel.
On Music Birthed Out of the Spirit.
That channel? Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's my team. Yeah, they're here. They're always watching every time. They're just following me around. Like, I have to give them a restraining order. They're always following me around. Yeah, it's the team. Like, one thing I'll say is no man is an island. So even I see what you guys are doing, man. Like we all need each other out here. So I guess I shout out to my team, Music Birthday of the Spirit.
Yeah, they are on it. They are on it.
Yeah,
like,
they are.
Good for your team.
Yes,
They're on it.
yes.
They're on it. I love it.
Thank you.
And Chaz says great stuff and got it.
All right, he's got it. All right.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yes.
So, Amacha Baby, is that your first single, or did you have any previous singles before?
Okay, so my first single ever came out 2016 on SoundCloud because obviously at the time we didn't know how to upload things. I don't think Spotify and all that stuff was around anyway, but in the UK anyway. But it's not my first single. So my first single was No Knife, but that was in SoundCloud. So we were just starting off. And it was just a song where, you know, I lost one of my friends because, you know, in the UK, there's knife crime is really crazy over here, you know. And so I lost one of my friends, you know, and, you know, like I had two choices, either retaliation and the cycle just goes round and round, or forgive, or you just forgive. And, you know, there's power in forgiveness. So I just forgave the you know, the person and the people behind all of it. And then said, you know what, yeah, I'm going to turn this around and be more about unity, because at the end of the day, you know, right, like I'm all about positivity, really. So I remember, my friend took me to my friend's grave for the first time because I didn't want to go because I didn't believe it. And so I remember I was just thinking, wow, like this is crazy. And my friend had a knife with him as well, and he brought it for protection. So I was thinking, wow, like this is crazy because we both came from that kind of lifestyle, but now I'm a Christian. I've given my life to Christ. I don't walk around with a knife. He does, you know. So it made me realize, wow, God is my protection. So I wrote the song No Knife 2016, and I was basically saying that, you know, I don't need a knife. I just roll with Christ. So it's like the chorus basically went, "Man, I really need no knife. Man, I really need no knife. Man, I really need no knife. Man, I just roll with Christ."
Yeah.
So I remember that's when I started 2016 on SoundCloud, No Knife. And the response from my area was crazy because obviously people knew that year so many people died. Obviously my friend died as well at some point. So many people were dying in my area. So that song brought encouragement, you know. It was crazy. People didn't even care it was gospel. They were saying, listen, brother, you're you know, preaching positivity, you know. Like my dad says, good music is good music. And then so that's when it started, you know, 2016, and then now we're here.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry about your friend.
Yeah, we send our condolences.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. It means a lot. Yeah,
absolutely. But it's inspiring that, you know, out of some sadness, you know, and darkness, that you were able to kind of put a positive spin on it. So that's a wonderful way to memorialize your friend. So
thank you for that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for that. It means a lot, you know. So it was the music. So I just put all into the music, and then here we are. But I was doing more like hip hop kind of thing. So, you know, I knew a lot of the American people loved it because, you know, y'all love your hip hop, man. Y'all love. I even saw your recent interview. You know, your wife was saying that she like Tupac hit him up. I was like, but y'all really love your hip hop over there.
You heard that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never heard about her alter ego, Evil Barbie or something like that.
That's it. There you go.
He knows you too well. He knows you too well.
That's right. We put on our side there.
So, I know you guys love your hip hop, but that's what I was doing before. But then, I don't know what happened. You know, I just transitioned. You know, into this kind of new Afro type of. I don't even know what to call it. Afro calypso something.
Yeah.
But it started with Do My Dance, which I released last year.
Okay.
And then from there, we just came with another one. My manager, he loved it so much. He's like, no, we're staying with this. I was saying, but I want to rap. He said, no, you're not rapping. You just sing. And then we did Omalicha Baby. And then even I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll put the rap aside for the time being.
Rap can sit there for a little bit. It's okay. Right? You know?
We definitely got to hear the rap style effects.
Yeah. We do like we do like our rap.
It will come back. Trust me, it will come back. Because right now we're just trying to. Because I was inconsistent for like a few years because I was finishing off my uni. So now we're just trying to show everybody that okay, like FEGS is back. Like we're here for good. So we're just trying to get people's attention. Like Do My Dance, Amalicha Baby. We've even got another song coming out next week Sunday, the 28th of November. Yeah. For Dalo. Yeah. So what's
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congrats. I saw
Let us know so
the
we can
preview for
promote
that.
it.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes,
What
I saw the preview for that. I saw you were kind of kneeling down. I was like, "What is this?" And I didn't know that was the name of your new song.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah. Dalo. Basically, because I know you guys have Thanksgiving over there. I think it's next week.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yes,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's and I didn't even know that. I just thought to myself, I'm gonna release the song around there, the 28th, because I think it's on Thursday. Thanksgiving is over there, but
that's correct.
Yeah. So in Igbo in Nigeria, in the tribe Igbo, Dalo means thank you. So we were just in the mood of Thanksgiving, yeah. So literally, you guys are gonna. I feel like you guys will like it. I'm tempted to say the chorus, but let me not spoil it for you guys.
Okay.
Hey, we can wait. We'll be so excited. Like I said, I saw
we'll
that.
definitely share. We'll
Yes.
definitely share.
Thank you so much.
Definitely.
So how about you guys? What inspired you guys, to get into radio? Because I saw that you guys started it during the pandemic, right? So like, what inspired you guys as well, like to do what you guys are doing?
Do you want to answer the radio part or the publishing part?
I'll answer the publishing. You answer the radio.
Okay. So the radio aspect started years ago. Bobby and I went to we ended up being at the same college. Here in Pittsburgh. It was called Point Park College. Now it's Point Park University.
Yeah.
Of course, after a few years, you get a lot of money and you change it to university.
Yeah.
So once I changed my major to journalism and communications, my neighbor down the street from my parents' house inspired me to be an on-air talent. So I started hanging out at our campus radio station and then realized that they needed some help. And they were playing this alternative rock style music, but I figured I just wanted to kind of get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
I would, after my classes, I would go fill in.
But you're not into rock, or are you? You into rock?
Nah, it depends on.
It depends on
80s rock.
80s rock. 80s rock.
80s rock. But this was alternative rock and progressive rock, so that's not really my style. But then, they started saying that, well, after 6:00 in the evening, you can play whatever you want. So I said to myself, really? So I started grabbing all my CDs and music from home, brought them in, started all this R&B, and people started liking that. And then, I actually was working at 2 different radio stations while I was in college, and Bobby working for a couple different gospel radio stations.
Wow! So you guys are celebrities. I'm gonna out for y'all's autograph after this.
We're looking for your autograph.
Yeah, right.
We're looking for yours.
Your autograph. But that's nice. That's nice. You want ours though.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
And then of course during the pandemic we started the publishing company. Pandemic Press Publishing, and it was I don't really want to say it was started out of boredom, but a little bit.
Okay, I see. Yeah,
just sitting here, and I'm a teacher, so of course everything was shut down, and so okay, what can I do? So I started doing these 1,000 piece puzzles.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
and watching TV and just kind of like watching Sam work, because he could work from home now, and I'm like, okay, well, this is not very productive. I should probably try to do something a little more productive, get something out of this. And therefore, Pandemic Press Publishing was born.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's big, Keep shining, like, at least, something productive came out of it, out of the pandemic. Because, I have another brother in America as well, and he was speaking to me last week. So I was telling him during the pandemic, like initially I thought it was a bad thing, but at the same time, it still had some, some pros. There were some benefits. Like, for
Mhm.
example, because in London things are so fast paced. That's why I always tell them that, I love America, because y'all are so chilled, y'all are just relaxed, y'all are just, over here in London, everyone's running somewhere, everyone's rushing somewhere. It's 7 a.m, everyone's running. Like, where are you running to? Sometimes I think to myself, and so I realized that it gave me a pause. Like, I think it made the whole world pause and say, okay, what is important? What is not? And then you start to realize, wow, like, it's important that you still have life, that you're still here breathing, that you're seeing another day. So, I feel like there's been a lot of pros from, the pandemic, because I know we like to touch on the negatives of it, but there's still been some positives, and it gave us time to see our family and speak with, our loved ones. Yeah.
I agree with you, Fegs, and I agree with, because there, of course, was a lot of bad and sadness and still happening, going on. But you're right. There was so much positive because we did pause. Everybody did have to take a pause. And I think that was God's way of, okay, everybody's running around. You all are doing too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
true.
Pause.
That's it.
It's true.
Stop, and, like, stop and think, can you find more creative ways to, to get your music out there, to do interviews, to do this, to do that, and, to meet people. And that's what he had us do. That's what he made us do. So I don't want, should I say I'm thankful not for the pandemic, but I'm thankful for the pause.
I get you. Yeah.
Not
I understand you. Yeah.
Well, we got some comments here too, from your staff, FEGS. Keep shining, family, and thank you for the support. Keep shining, family. Don't let anyone dim your lights. And then Chaz. Oh no!
What's
Chaz
doing?
I think Chaz. This one's for you, FEGS. Chaz says, "Teach him how to be a proper Pittsburgher. We say yins, not y'all."
So how do you say yins?
Well, we don't.
Yeah, we
don't. But
so how do you spell it? Is it YINS?
That's it. You got it.
Yins.
Yins.
Hey, so what? You can, hey yins.
Yins.
That's right.
Yeah. Why?
And some people. Oh, that's right. And some people will put the Z. So YINZ or YINS. We've seen it spelled both ways.
It means like y'all.
Yeah.
Some people do in Pittsburgh say y'all, but that's more of a southern, a southern drawl.
Southern state,
But Pittsburgh is kind of its own little dialect special place.
You wonder why.
So you guys say hey yins,
Yep.
Hey yins.
Yep.
Yeah, some people.
What are yins guys doing today?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of different things here in Pittsburgh when you go around the different states, and there's a lot of controversy because some people say soda, some people say pop.
I think I've heard pop before as well.
There you go. Or we'll just put it together and say soda pop, so nobody's arguing.
Hey,
What's the other one? Gum band.
Oh yes. So it's for your hair or for
rubber band.
A rubber band.
Yeah.
Some people call it gum band.
Why?
I don't know why it's gum band. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But gum band, well, that's all right. We'll stick with the rubber band.
I think I'm going to use that. Hey, yins. Yins, right?
That's right. What are yins doing today? Yins doing it. Are yins going downtown instead of downtown? Downtown.
Yeah. So what was it like as well? Like being do you say gospel radio? Your wife was a gospel radio host.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I was on a morning show for a while, and then the young man that I was with on that show, he moved on, and then they gave me the midday shift, And then there were some times where I would do the evening shift, and I also did Sunday morning, or mostly all day.
Oh.
Really,
Sunday morning was all you.
Yeah, it was all me.
Pretty all you
Yeah.
from like 10 to 4.
So you're but that's crazy because you like it's like it was meant to be. Like you're both radio hosts or former radio hosts. It's like
Yeah,
there must be a lot to talk about, you know. It must be great having something in common, man. Because sometimes because I'm like a musician, so I know that like the person that I'm with they have to do something musically because I can't be, you know.
Absolutely. Or else,
imagine I'm playing G minor, she's singing C.
Yeah, it's like, hey, what are you what? I feel like that's off. That's a little off.
Yeah.
let me do this a little
But let
bit.
me check.
Okay.
Was that a C? Because that wasn't what I was playing here.
But it must be good having, you know, something in common, you know. So yeah,
Yes,
that's good.
It makes it does make it easier because at least you can understand what the other one is coming from, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like you said, that's a good analogy with the C. The C.
Yeah.
Like, woo, no, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, baby. You're gonna have to work on that. Come with me with the G here. Come with the G.
So with your station, because I was trying to understand, like, is it like gospel or you just play anything that's like good vibes, you know, type of stuff, or?
Well, the stations, both of the stations that I were on, they were, I guess I could say strictly gospel. However, I should say if it was, I guess I should say labeled as gospel, then you're okay. You know, like of course we go back in the day, like Kirk Franklin, Lyons, the owner of the station, he just recently passed away.
Wow. Rest in peace, him.
Thank you. He was actually, even before he passed, he ended up being a bishop at his church. So so he was very, you know, very
busy in the community,
very specific about what he wanted. But you know, there were those of us much younger there at the station. Well, you know, there's other gospel artists, even though they don't sound like BB and CC, who are wonderful. I love BB and CC, don't get me wrong. But you know, there's folks out there like BBJ, who's a gospel rapper. So maybe we may want to try a little bit of BB there, you know. Oh, Bobby, okay, all right. You know, so kind of begrudgingly went for it, but it's like, well, he sounds like Biggie Smalls, like. But listen, though, Reverend, you got to listen a little bit. And true, he's right. He did sound like right. He sounds exactly like Biggie Smalls, but like, did you hear the words are much different? You know, like totally you gotta listen. Yeah. So after you know, hear all and they're like, well, okay.
It's funny what you're saying, because some people have that issue with me as well. Like some people say, like, is it really gospel? And I'm like, listen to the lyrics. It's still gospel. It's just,
you have to listen.
I think it's the steel pans and all of that. Just they get mesmerized. Like this must be. I'm sure he swore in the song. Like no, there's no swearing. There's no. It's all positive. Man.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear any swearing. I didn't hear any swearing in that.
But people are starting to be more accepting of it, because in the UK right now, it's like everything is such a tight space. So they in the UK, they love a lot of American gospel and traditional music. So what I'm doing is still like a new thing to some people, you know. But I thought it wouldn't be the case, because I thought Kirk Franklin already caused a lot of uproar with his stomp. It's like, you know, it's still an issue today, man. Some people say it's not really gospel because, I don't know, they're expecting the traditional, you know, maybe they wanted me to say hallelujah or, oh my gosh, he said baby in a song. He said baby. Did he just say baby? Yo, turn that off. That's not gospel. That's not.
But
you know,
I mean, Jesus, what weren't we talking about? Baby Jesus in the Bible?
That's what I
I mean,
thought.
I'm not
Right.
trying to
That's what I
start nothing, but
That's what I thought.
Yeah. But I would be lying if I didn't say some of the music growing up, like, because I did hear Tupac, I did hear Biggie Smalls, I did hear all of these as they say worldly artists.
you're right.
I did listen to them growing up, even though my mom's telling me don't listen, I was still hearing it. Even when you're going to school in the playground, people are singing it.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I guess when you finally come to Christ and you're transformed, you then start to look at it from a different angle, like what was the message? Is it uplifting? Then you start to understand why they didn't want you to listen to it to begin with. But for me, what I do with the music is I realized, when we were kids, and you would give a kid medication, they wouldn't take it unless it was sweet. So I'm like, you know what we're going to do for these people? We're going to have the message there. The message is still there. But when you hear the steel pans, you're like, no, I'm trying to hold my left leg. I can't. My leg's moving. This is. And then before you know it, you're singing the song and it's gospel. I'm telling you that some people, because I have Muslims and all of those different religions listen to the music, and sometimes I do try to speak to them and say, I did say Jesus, right?
Right.
That's fine. That's fine. They're just dancing. They're enjoying. And at the end of the day, that's the message still being spread, and that's what we're all about, So
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
As long as you're, spreading the word, spreading the message about Jesus, I mean, it's all good,
It is all good.
That's right. And you're right. As you do, when you come to Christ, you do take a different perspective on things. Things are, and it's so funny though too, because I'm sure a lot of the people are thinking too, like, well, yeah, you could probably play that in the club, because I remember folks playing, Kirk
Franklin in the club. I heard about that.
I remember being in the club with like, yeah, like, wait a minute, this Kirk Franklin, like, like I'm jamming it, like. And Mary, like, all right. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, wait a minute. But then again, I mean, that's good, because, it's kind of a good thing, kind of like get into the head of
it's true.
Party goers,
Wrong thing to play in the club.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's not, you probably shouldn't have your.
Yeah, But what makes you say that? Because it's funny, because I asked one of my uni mates at the time about one of my songs. I said, "Could you hear it in the club?" And I remember she nearly cooked me, like, I don't know, like fried eggs. Like, what you know in the club? And I was like, I'm just saying, like, the salvation's for everybody, It's salvation's for everybody. So I'm just saying, can you hear it in a club? Somebody might hear it in a club and say, whoa, what was that? Like, and then they want to just, maybe that's it. They will stop going to the club after that, So I was just saying, like, the same thing. But what makes you say it's not for the clubs?
Great. No. I think I think it was of course it was a shock here. Like, you might be expecting, like you say, Tupac in the club or Biggie in the club, and then like BBJ, BBJ, do you? Like, wait, what? What? And then, Wait a minute. Jesus is up here in the club too. I better get out of here. What am I doing? But that's that's the thing. It is. It's a good thing. So I do hope, obviously, we haven't been in a club in 1,000 years, but I'm hoping that if there are those clubs still out there, that they are rocking the gospel music, that like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have this cocktail over here with the
Well, how about you, Sam? Sam, you don't agree with it, Sam, or
about going to a club?
As in the music being played.
Music,
gospel music in the club.
No, gospel, to me, it's gospel. It should not be being played. Granted, the beat is nice, but like she said, if you're sitting there and all of a sudden, Here's Kirk Franklin. No, I'm not a fan. That would just change your whole mood. You're like, it feels like you need to be like sitting up in church, like in a
Yeah.
sermon. So,
But see, that's the point.
yeah,
That's the point.
Yeah, stop you from doing all that.
That's right.
That negativity.
That's it. That's the point.
Drinking
That's
the
the
drinking
point.
the devil's nectar.
You're so silly. You're so silly.
Well, we're having a fun time on today's show.
I think we got some more.
We do. Oh yeah, you know what? So Chaz. Oh yeah, other than saying teaching FEGS how to be a proper Pittsburgher, he says you are an official Yinzer.
Oh man. So is that like, so I've joined the club now?
You're in the club.
Hey, Yins.
Yeah, you're definitely in the CCI Radio Club and the Chaz Wins Club.
Great stuff. Hey, my Yins. Hope all is well, Yins. Hopefully that's not a bad word, but it actually means hey, y'all. Because some people do that. They teach you a bad word and like you didn't realize you just swore or something. But hey, my Yins. Hey.
Oh, yeah, definitely not a bad word.
I'm gonna send you a or if whichever one of us could remember to do it first. With Christmas coming up, we're gonna send the.
I know where this is going.
It's now, of course, I'm sure you've probably heard the song "Santa Claus is Coming to Town," right?
Yeah.
There is a Pittsburgh version called "Santa Claus is Going Downtown" that you must hear.
Yeah.
It
sounds different already.
And you'll hear
all of the friend. We're not trying to deter him from being our friend.
Well, see, that way we could, like Chaz said, we could teach him some more Pittsburgh dialect, and then FEGS can test us to make sure that we're not using those words.
Yeah.
No comment. Okay. Well,
yeah, but
right.
that's a good idea. I think we'll send you that information at some point.
Yeah.
Just so you can get a
You'll get a kick out of it. You'll get a kick out of
it.
When you're does it take you long to write your material, like the singles that you came up with? Does it take you a long time?
That's a good question. Like no, I don't know why. Like for some reason, it doesn't take me long. I don't know if it's because like when I was a kid, like God gave me a song. Literally, He gave me a song. I remember I woke up and I told my mom and I told my dad, said, "Listen, God blessed me with a song," and they told me go back to bed.
Oh,
so I remember I was like, they told me to go back to bed, and I feel like it's a thing where maybe God knew that I was gonna do this at some point, because over the years I always ran away from music. I was always running away. Like I was not the one in school trying to be musical. I remember in I think you guys call it 7th grade.
Mm-hmm.
My keyboard teacher, he kicked me out of lessons.
Oh.
He kicked me out of piano lessons. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's like you would not think I'll be doing music today, and
wow.
I never used to take music class seriously at all. Yeah, like I guess it kind of makes sense sometimes, because sometimes when I'm playing the keyboard, my manager's like, because he's a pianist, he's like, you're playing it wrong. You're like, why's your hand like that? Because they want you to play it like, I'm like, okay, let me
true. Yes, like pianists are very particular about how.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, okay, like I can't do it. Like I can't do it. Never mind.
But for me, I think the main thing is that at least when it comes to production, I know what to play and how to arrange stuff. And I guess that shows you that a lot of things, if God has called you to do it, it doesn't matter if you didn't go to school for it, or because I graduated from university from biomedical science, and that's got nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with music at all. I remember as well, like I think because I didn't like to talk about my private life in school, so somebody heard that I do music, and then I remember everyone was looking at me like an alien, like, why are you here? Why are you here in the lab? You're in the lab, you do music. Get out of here. Like, some of my friends would just say, get out of here, just do music. And I was telling them, don't worry, all shall be well. But now that uni's done, we're just focused on the music. And yeah, so in regards to your question, it doesn't really take me long to write. I don't know why. It's like, it just comes out like water. But I guess it makes sense when you look at the journey, like from God giving me a song at the age of like 5, 6, even to later on. How I started writing is I used to just sing in the kitchen. My mum would always be like, "Oh, go wash the plates." I was like, "Mom." And then I think what would keep me busy, I'll be watching, I'll be singing a song. And then one day my pastor, like, he just said, if God is giving you songs, he was just saying it generally. He said, write it down. And I took it personally. And it was like 2012, I just started writing down.
Mm-hmm.
And then 16. So for me, like I always tell my team, like, it's not hard for me to write, but the main thing is that I'm living it, you know? Because anybody can write anything, you know? The main thing is just to live it. And, you know, I prioritize living it over just writing, you know? I like to live what I'm writing. So, you know, so sometimes I do take time out just to make sure that I don't forget why I do this, you know what I'm trying to say? Because another reason why we started doing music as well is because I used to evangelize with my friends in the streets. And obviously we were young, so, you know, and thankfully, I don't think God has made us look unattractive. So, you know, ladies will just stop and talk to us like, hey, then we say Jesus, and they're like, they start walking off, and then I said to myself, oh, but did you notice that they've got headphones in? And then me and my friends, you know, we were just thinking, yeah, they've got headphones in. And then we said, you know what? They can avoid us in the street all they want, but they can't avoid us if we're in their ears. And that is seriously why we started doing music, you know, because we were really outside preaching. So sometimes I try to remind myself, remember those days when you were just outside, you didn't do music, you were just speaking. So I just try to remind myself sometimes, you know, it's good to sometimes just go to your roots and just to remind yourself of where you're coming from. And yeah, really, yeah.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Good answers.
That's a good answer.
Thank you so much.
Good answer. And I love it, you know, because that's true. Like if you're in their heads, you know, hey, you know what I mean?
It's true. But, you know, I think it's a bit interesting, you know, because I don't know, man. I don't like to say I'm known, but my SoundCloud started to get a bit known. So I remember somebody stopped me on the street and it was quiet. It was a new experience with it because it was I don't know how to explain it. It was a bit weird initially, but I got over it. You know? Because I'm just here thinking, yeah, I'm doing this for Jesus, and then someone's like, oh my gosh, I know your music, and I was like, right, who are you, brother? Where are you from again?
What are you doing?
Yeah, it was funny. It was a young lady, you know, bless her. She just was looking at me, and then she didn't know if she should approach me, and then I was confused as well, thinking, where do I know this sister from? You know, like, what's going on? And then she said, I listen to your music.
Oh.
And I I wasn't like, oh my gosh, you do? I was like, right. You listen to the music. It was so awkward, but, you know, it was my first experience, so hopefully I'll get over that, you know, and, you know. And then she told me to get used to more pictures and all of that. Yeah. She took a picture of me as well. I was like, why? In my head, I was like, why do you want to take a picture of me? She actually took a picture of me. I was like, why do you want to take a picture of me? Like, yeah.
See?
And then I think she realized my body language and she said, get used to it.
Celebrity status.
Celebrity status. There it is.
I'm not, you know, I'm trying to be like, y'all, I need to get some of y'all's signatures over there, man. Y'all's autographs, man. Yeah, Yin's autograph, man. Yin's autograph.
But we need FEGS autograph.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
FEGS, can we take a picture with you? You know?
Seriously, we be all over that. You know. Yeah, people be so jealous.
Yeah, but I am getting used to it though, like, because what happened was I started on SoundCloud and the music got known, but they didn't know what I looked like because I didn't want anybody to know what I looked like.
Yeah.
Because I was just all about as long as the music is touching people, because we started to do this because we were evangelizing and they didn't listen to us, so we came to the studio.
Yeah.
And so I didn't show my face at all, so people didn't even know what I looked like unless you knew me personally. And then the music just started to get a bit more known. But what's happened now is people know the music, but then only some of them are now starting to associate it with the face. So, you know, we're slowly getting there, you know, because now my team's telling me, you have to show your face. You have to show your face. That's what they keep telling me, because I was not about that before. I was wanted to be locked in a closet and
Oh no.
releasing music, and you just don't know who it is. You don't know where he's from, the mysterious man. But they said no, you have to come out, show who you are, and then that's what we're doing now. We started this year, showing people, that it's me, that I am real. I'm an actual person.
I'm an actual person. I really do exist.
Yeah. But it's getting there. People are starting to find, my social media, like, because before my social media did not have the amount of followers it has now. I was like, where are people coming from? But yeah, so I think they're starting to realize, that it's actually me, because now I put my details on SoundCloud. Because before I didn't put any details. It was literally just FEGS, and my bio said something like "All glory to God." There was no social media.
There you go.
No email, no. But we're getting there now, and I just pray, my only prayer is that, y'all keep, should I say, yins keep me in prayer, because I don't want to ever like feel like I've gotten so big that I forget like where I started. You know what I'm trying to say? So I just keep me in prayer that, as God just takes me in places, that I just stay humble, because, at the end of the day, there's no difference between us and celebrities. We're all humans. We all bleed. So, the main thing is that we, reach heaven and,
yes,
and meet God one day,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because it's funny, because I've got this song. I wrote it. We already released it, but we're gonna re-release it. So you guys are hearing this here exclusively. We're gonna re-release it because obviously now I've got a production team behind me. Yes. Or should I say I am the production team, but I've got some extra hands. I've got some extra hands now. So we're gonna re-release a song where I go. I wrote the song, and it's because I wanted to meet a celebrity so bad. Like, this was years ago, and then God was telling me that, wait, you want to meet this celebrity? But I made that celebrity, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa!" Then I just broke out and started saying, "I don't want to meet a celebrity, just need my God, and I'm ready to be focused on you." But yeah, man, we're gonna re-release it because obviously now levels have changed. Like, I actually have a team behind me. Before, like, I was doing everything by myself. So just expect new music and more positive vibes. And
nice.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of leads me into the next question. Since you were talking about celebrities, is there anybody that you would like to work with?
Ooh.
Okay, that's a good question. One of my team members said the other day that they'll actually want to be in the studio if I was to make a song with Kirk Franklin, because they said because when I'm in the studio, I'm just in production mode. I'm like, yeah, can you hear that noise? Like, yeah, we're putting that in the song, and they're like, well, what? Sometimes they're looking at me like I'm crazy. When I get into production mode, I'm not the same as how right now I'm here looking gentle, like, yeah, thank you for listening to me. In the studio, I'm like, listen, did you hear that? Like, okay, we're going for these chords. I'm a different.
I hear that C again. I hear that C.
Exactly, yeah. And one of my pet peeves as a producer is I don't like breathing on a track. Like, when I hear somebody breathing, because sometimes naturally you sing and you might be like, oh, I just went to the park.
Right, exactly, right. But yes.
And if you listen carefully, like, I don't want to spoil music for you guys, but some people, if you listen carefully, you can hear them breathing on the songs, and like, and literally, if I hear, I'm telling them, yeah, can you hear that, guys? I just heard somebody breathe. Like, you're gonna take that out. So I'm a different person. So probably Kirk Franklin. In the studio, I'm something else. So because obviously he's into production too, so they said they would love to see that, But maybe one day, I don't know.
That's right. That's nice. Right. It'll happen. It'll happen.
Yeah, and there's another guy as well. He's called Bizzle. Bizzle. He's in America as well. He's like a rapper, gospel rapper. Yeah, he's cool. I wouldn't mind doing a song with him because I listen to a lot of his music as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
No, yeah, Bizzle. Yeah, his name is Bizzle.
Bizzle.
Yeah,
okay.
Like. I think he's got his own crews, like Lecrae. I think. Do you know the guys know Lecrae as well? Or
I'm not
sure.
Lecrae. But yeah, these are basically like gospel artists in America that I wouldn't mind, working with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and obviously I wouldn't mind this. A lot of great people I wouldn't mind working with, and Yeah, really and truly. Like I think right now as well, we're just trying to just get everyone's attention. Just like,
Mhm.
hey, there's a kid over here in London,
Yeah.
sounding like he's in the Bahamas, sounding like he's in Pittsburgh.
He's a Yinzer now.
He's a
He's a
Yinzer.
Yinzer.
Yeah, man, because I do this full time now, so that's what we're focused on now. Yeah, so
Awesome. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, have you noticed that with the pandemic, has it been harder to get the music out? Has it been about the same?
Mhm.
Okay, because I think because I do the production, so that side is all right because I don't ever need to worry about that because I always know that okay, I can just do the instrumental, everything myself. But in terms of more so like the shows, because I did get invited to a few shows before, but a lot of things were virtual. For example, there's this carnival thing that happens in the UK like every summertime. They have like this carnival, so they were gonna invite me to premiere one of my songs there. I think it was "Do My Dance." But
Oh, okay.
literally, I was getting ready to, go to this carnival, and then boom, the pandemic just hit, and it's like, yeah. So it has affected in terms of shows, but in terms of production, it's fine because I can just do everything myself from my bedroom. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah,
Oh, that's good.
I'm actually maybe. Sometimes I
Well,
laugh
not when
because
you couldn't do from the bedroom.
Yes.
yeah, because I know a miniature baby sounds like I went to some crazy studio and I was just shouting. No, I was literally in my room.
Oh my
Yeah,
I was running outside with everybody.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm not there with them.
But I guess one of the secrets is I try to visualize like I'm live in front of on stage. That's how you hear the energy. Like you can hear me shouting in the back, like, "Hey, let's go!"
Great.
In the music,
Yeah.
So much fun. Like I love videos like that.
Yes.
Like the people are in it. The vibe is just right. Everybody's happy.
It was
like
the right time.
Right.
Yeah.
It was the right time. Like
Yeah.
it was just divine timing. It really was. It really
It's
was.
very uplifting. Like I say, when you see the video, you're smiling, and then like I say, you and everybody else doing the dance. It's just really uplifting. The lyrics. You can dance for a better uplifting, inspirational dance. Song.
Yeah, thank you for that. What Sam, have you been dancing as well, or has Sam been dancing too?
I was dancing in my chair.
Yeah. And I was up.
Well, I did a little something.
Yeah.
And
Have we seen the TikTok from you guys, or?
Well, we'll discuss that. That might be in the works, maybe in 6 months.
We'll do it. We'll have to try to do a FEGS like medley and try to dance to it. And then, but see what I also like to do, since we do know a few artists, I like saying, we do have the rights to this music, so please do not try to take it down.
Yes.
You can contact FEGS if you need to make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, hey.
And speaking of FEGS, you have a new fan other than us. Of course, we've been fans of yours ever since.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our buddy Chaz, he says, thank you for the great energy. He says, Yens are dope. And he says, and I'm going to quote this. He said, FEGS, you have a new fan.
Oh,
wow. Thank you so much. It means a lot, brother.
Our friend Chad.
Is it a Yinster? I'm a Yinster now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you and Chaz would get along really well. He's really funny and
he has his own production company as well, and he does. Well, we'll have to try to connect you two as well. He's a comedian, and he kind of does like a variety type. I guess that would be the best way to call it, because he has all these different characters.
The Chaz Wynn Show.
It is the Chaz Wynn Show. He's on YouTube as well,
and Grind City TV Network.
Yeah, Grind City TV Network.
See, I'm telling you, y'all are celebrities. It's an honor, it's a privilege, y'all. Like, let me get my pen. I need to tell my team members to give me a pen. Get me the pen, y'all. Get me the pen, Jins.
That's right. Yins, get me that pen.
Yeah.
Give me that pen, Yins.
We got plenty of pens and markers.
That's
What color you want? Blue, black, red, green?
Yins better get it together now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Well, since you are an official Yinzer, I got to talk about, of course, our American football here. I love our Pittsburgh Steelers, our black and gold right here. So,
yeah. Also, you're into American football. I know we have this clash because you guys say football, we say soccer. Is like, gosh, it's been an ongoing battle because I think I told my cousin, because I have cousins in America, and I said, yeah, like they asked me if I want to play football, so I thought it was the same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm just like, what? Right. And then I realized you guys call it soccer. I was like, what?
Right. I know. I was confused about wait, what? That's not. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course, I just
because American football to me reminds me of what we have here called rugby.
Rugby, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I just got confused and just gave up. I gave up, and
the problem is our athletes are too overpaid here.
Okay, yeah.
They gripe about money too much. I mean, if you
don't say that too loud, because they'll come and get you.
Yeah, well, I'm just being real. There's people on every NFL squad, including our home team here, that you're like, well, my contract is coming up, and I've been a really good player, and I think I should get a 10-year deal worth, the most amount of money in franchise history, and things like that. And you're like,
it's about the money now. It's not about the sport.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, and Bobby will tell you because she hears me talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the funny thing, though, Fegs, what you would really get a kick out of, because Pittsburgh fans, or Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I should say, are a different breed, like a different breed of people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we mostly play football, professional football teams play on Sunday. Yeah. And of course, most churches are in session on Sunday.
This is going.
So there's been a lot of times, if there is a 1:00 game and you're at church at 10:00, the services kind of move pretty quick. Well, it's getting kind of late here. We better go ahead and wrap this up. Like, oh, okay.
Yes.
Church is going to be over.
Yes.
Quickly during football season. And I don't know about other places, but in Pittsburgh,
it's the same here. But what happens is, when there's a match on, you catch, especially the media team, someone's on their phone watching the game whilst pastor's saying a message, and then you might hear pastor say, "What's wrong with camera number 5?" Oh, camera number 5? That happens over here, so I know how you feel. I've seen it.
Like, shouldn't we stay in church for a little bit longer?
No.
And people will even make like a prayer, and Lord, please let the Pittsburgh Steelers get another win today. Like, oh my God, amen. Like,
yes.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Is that
the games as well? Oh, you guys, the games as well?
Yes. Oh yeah. Like they pray for the games. They pray for it's a ritual.
Well,
it's a whole.
Yes.
Fegs, you'll have to make a trip to the States, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be Pittsburgh, but it would be better Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
to see the whole shaboom shebang, as we call it. There, the whole thing.
Yeah. Have you guys been to the matches? Do you guys go to the football games as well? Or?
Well,
I've been to quite a few. Bobby, on the other hand, she really doesn't like football because to her, it's some of the rules are still like, why did he hit him? Why did he do that? Why is he still playing? Why is he, why did he take the ball away from him? Why he was already down? Why is he, what's that coach doing? What, there's a lot of rules that
ask a lot of questions, FEGS.
Well, she'll get mad over a lot of the rules, which he's right, because I'm like, see, you knew that was a penalty. You knew that this person should be doing that. Why is he playing? He plays for us, like, where's he throwing the ball to? It's just, I've got so many Steeler jerseys in my stash. Just got one a couple months ago, so another one. So, yeah,
but
I just watched.
I hear what you're saying. Yeah,
I just watched.
It's the same with. I think it's the same with music though. Sometimes, like I see it a lot, like where it becomes about the money more than like making good music. And I think what's happening with music now, because everybody like literally can just go record somewhere. You can record, I don't know, in I don't know, McDonald's. You can record anywhere. So it's like everybody's just doing it, and now it's not really about let's release good music, because that's why it's so funny. You see a lot of the youth today sample stuff that happened like the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, because back then it was all about making good music. It wasn't about can I quickly get $1 million off this song, or that's what I think it's about these days. I don't think people care anymore about production. That's why, to me, I kind of take the music stuff very personal in terms of I try to just like, for example, in Amalicha Baby, I was thinking, okay, how do we engage the listeners even more? So I'm like, okay, at the end we're gonna throw some still pans, and oh my gosh, you don't ever see it coming. It's like, because I know when the still pans come at the end of Amalicha Baby, it's like, where did that come from? I like to, so I just I'm all about if you want to call it the sport. So man, I'm all about making timeless music, because I like to think to myself, okay, but from 50 years from now, can I hear people still playing this song? And that's what it's about, longevity, that's what I'm about.
And you would think or at least you would hope others making music would think the same way, like, okay, in 50 years when we'll still listen, like even the music of like the Temptations and stuff like they
people are still listening to it,
right? They all of them except for Otis Williams, the leader of the group, they're all passed, but he's still out there working with some of the younger generation, still doing their music from the 60s, so.
And even over here, like every September they play "Do You Remember?"
Yes, exactly.
That did not just come out yesterday. That came out like.
That's right. That was what, the 70s or something when that one came out. Like, come on,
and even you guys were talking as well with the previous person. You were saying about you're talking to her about Mariah Carey. Like, it's like all I want for Christmas is you. Like, I've heard that for like probably every year since I remember. Like, every year it's like. So it's all about longevity, But I think some people are starting to, they're starting to get that, because like I hear some people, they listen, like, because obviously you got to, I won't call them competition, but you got to know the people around you. So I listen to people around me, and I'm like, I know that they've been listening to Amalicha Baby. You know what I mean? Because they try to pitch a few stuff, and like, I saw that, but it's okay. It's okay. Because I think that's the beauty of I think that's the beauty of being behind the production. You just know that if I do something, I know when somebody else is trying to do it, because like why you did it and how you came up with it. So like when somebody tries to do some stuff, you're like, okay, they listen to the songs, Like I remember there's this thing I do, which is quite interesting. I'm not gonna say any names here, but I say these ad libs, like, which is like I whisper my ad libs, because I realize when you whisper, sometimes it adds like effect, like, oh, where did that come from? Like, let's go. So I started doing that, and I realized that people are doing the same thing. I'm like, okay,
Oh.
I didn't see nothing. Y'all do your thing.
Right.
Yins do your thing. Yins do
Right.
your thing. Man.
Do your thing. That's it. So go right ahead.
They can copy. I don't mind. But at the end of the day, well, I do this for God. So for me, as long as people are being inspired, like that's what it's all about. You know, life is all about just passing things on. You know, to just being a blessing really, and that's what, if it's blessing somebody, I don't mind. You know, but my main goal as well is to bless, obviously, the older generation, the younger generation, and the generations to come. You know, because hopefully in the next 50 years. I'm, a grandpa, and then I'm hearing a 20-year-old saying, "Oh, my little baby." I'm like, wait, like I made that song like how many years ago? I was still in my 20s, y'all. Now I'm more like 50, 50. Yeah, man.
My grandpa Fegs sang that.
No, that'd be funny, if my grandkids are like, "Oh, Grandpa Fegs, can you sing that song?" I'm like, I sang that song how many years ago? But I'll try, y'all.
I'll try to sing it.
Oh, that girl is my baby.
Grandpa Fegs. All right. Show me that dance, Grandpa. Come on.
Right. So, Fegs, we want to ask you. Number one, do you have a couple minutes to stand by? We talk to you after the show off record.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And do you, first of all, do you have any shout outs that you'd like to give for today?
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to thank everybody that's been supporting me. Shout out to my new supporters at Chaz.
Yes.
Chaz.
Yeah.
and I just want to thank you guys as well, because you guys have obviously been a blessing to me as well, and obviously shout out Neela as well, and obviously my team that's followed me everywhere. Shout out, you know who you are, guys. So you guys keep following me, so I don't need to say your names.
Well, they're on it. They got laughing emojis happening like they're on it. They are on it, Fegs. We need a team like Fegs here. We need a team like, but we might have to see what we can do about it. They're on it now. They're on it. I know we're the team too. We know what you mean, Fegs.
Yeah.
We're the team. We're the team.
Yeah, I understand, man. Like no man's an island, so keep doing what you guys are doing and just keep shining.
Yes, you too. You too. You've just been such a blessing to us, and we're so happy to get you out there and introduce you to our listeners and followers. And what you say? You want to?
Yeah, and how can if people want to reach out to you? How can they go about contacting you?
Well, you can find me everywhere at FEGS though. FEGS, FEGS, and DOE. FEGS though is the name I go by. Obviously, I know my name is FEGS, but somebody already took FEGS, so I just went with FEGS though.
Oh,
it's like a saying over here. It's like young people say the same, where it's like FEGS though. It's like, I don't know. Does it say in it though? Oh yeah, I forgot. You guys might not understand what I'm saying, but it's like saying FEGS. Like, hey, it's me. So instead of saying hey, it's me, I felt like it was a bit too cringy. So I'm like, you know what? FEGS though, like, sound a bit cooler. But yeah, FEGS DOE. That's where you can find me everywhere. FEGS though, yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, that's cool, by the way.
It is cool.
That's cool, by the way.
Thanks.
Oh man, well, I tell you, such a great time with FEGS on the show today, Bobby D.
Absolutely. And make sure you follow FEGS.
Yeah.
He on all social media. FEGS is all over the place, right? He's everywhere.
Yeah, thank you.
That is wonderful.
And we look forward to, hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. We'll be back to the YouTube platform and probably say a couple weeks.
Okay.
Possibly returning to the Blog Talk platform next week, maybe with a couple of pre-recorded shows for
sounds good.
Gospel Excellence and Love Notes.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe we can throw one of FEGS' songs in.
Oh, you know my song there. You know.
Throw it in there for y'all. So it'll be, pre-recorded shows. But of course, you can always watch the shows after it's taped live, and you can watch it anytime. So we'll be posting that soon. But as always, we always like to have Bobby D end the show because she ends it so well.
Oh, geez. He's so silly, folks. He's so silly. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Sam C, Bobby D, and FEGS. Make sure you follow all of us on all social media platforms. And remember, yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you again real soon. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Thank you so much, FEGS.
No problem. Take care.